Yeah, we're on. It's nice to see you. Welcome.
Good to see you, Ron.
This is Feargal McCormack. I've no call to tell you that. His inimitable style and presence and intellect here. Christmas is coming. The geese are getting fat. Have you wound down yet? Are you?
Traditionally, for my own man band, I finish at lunchtime on the 23rd today, and I don't come back to the new year. Normally my longest holiday of the year. Always.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, but when you go on holidays, you're always keeping your eyes open. You're always looking around you. You're always absorbing the trends and everything else. Very hard for you really to shut down.
I can relax at all times.
Yeah, that's good. That's a good sign. That's a good sign. Now, that man had his time of trauma and tribulation, Sean Quinn. Now he's back again, going to be a financial advisor to the company that did him down at the end of the day.
Well, you know, one doesn't lose their entrepreneur skills overnight.
No.
And it's fair to say that some of the most successful entrepreneurs in the world, actually, either had a business failure or it was the lessons of having a near business failure that helped them go to greatness again. I certainly wouldn't back against Sean Quinn creating a new empire. He's an entrepreneur. He made mistakes.
Yeah.
But then the man who never made a mistake never got anywhere.
Absolutely.
But more importantly, he has great people skills.
Yeah.
And people, we've often said in this program, and please keep saying it, business and life is all about people and relationships.
Absolutely.
He's a very big people skills person.
Yeah. And that will come to the fore now. The tourism figures in the Republic looking good.
Yes, very, very, very attractive and very encouraging, because if you think last year, the gathering brought in tremendous injection, plus obviously the low rate of VAT on hotels. But the good news is that actually this year surpassed, that tells you sustainability is coming back.
Yeah.
The competitiveness model is in place in the sector. And certainly I think similarly in the north, there's a report, I think, or there's certainly research to suggest that there's a shortage of beds in Belfast at present.
Yes.
And that normally has a knock-on effect throughout the province eventually. So I think it's very encouraging. I think it's good to see people coming to our land. It's one of our greatest assets is our people and our natural assets. And if we can, natural infrastructure, if we can get back to a peaceful environment where people around the world want to come and hear our music and hear our poetry and hear our song and look at our beautiful raw countryside, well then it'll be a good 2015.
And our people you're talking about, if we can stay peaceful and make progress, they've been all through the night trying to do it in Stormont.
Thank you. Asked me last Tuesday. My forecast was, and it still is very much, that you will see, I think, a more significant deal than is being talked about.
Absolutely. And we may see it today, because they've been working all through the night. They didn't do that for nothing.
There's no mention of Cameron or Andy Kenny, but don't be surprised if the old planes jet in for a midday Christmas present to the people of... you see, if you think about it, Cameron is coming to the end of his term.
Yes, he is.
He doesn't have many things to stand out.
Yeah.
He should talk to Bill Clinton. He'll not be remembered for the Treasury figure.
No.
But he will be remembered if he delivers the final settlement in the North.
Absolutely.
And therefore, really, this is an opportunity to do business with him. Secondly, I think if you look at our own politicians, I think they're smart. I've always told you they're smart.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
I think this is their last chance. I think if you had a new government with 5 years ahead of them, they're not going to give you the type of commitments that we're looking for.
Without those
by pure fluke, if you look at all that, if you look at all the chemistry, our guys know this time last year, I suspect quietly they regret they didn't do the deal.
Oh, yeah.
Because they realise that confidence is sapped if you don't do deals. There's an election not too far away. I think all the ingredients are there. There will have to be give, but all the ingredients are there to take the risks. So I would be hopeful, confident, empower our politicians to take risks.
Take risks and go forward.
And they will be rewarded.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Maybe not always rewarded immediately by the electorate, but that's not the key thing here.
No.
It'll be a very good person, woman or man, who can say, I made a difference.
Talking about making a difference, what about Teresa Villiers? What do you make of her? Have you met her yet? You have.
I have met her.
How did she strike you?
I'm told she's a person who reads her papers in unbelievable detail. Now, that's good. But in Ireland, and Northern Ireland, personality, communication skills, people is important. I look forward to her having her highest moment this weekend.
Yeah, that would be good. You see,
I wouldn't want to criticise her, but
No,
what I'm
no,
saying
no.
is, I can understand why she wanted to keep in the background for a long time,
yeah.
because she wanted to give the
Yes.
devolved administration. However, there does come a time when you have to show your charisma, and maybe she'll do it this weekend.
Yeah, we're a long time waiting for that. Not only does she read her documents in detail, but she delivers her script almost word by word. It seems to be programmed in her with no flexibility, but maybe the flexibility has been shown in the secrecy of the talks.
Look, I always say this, there are many different ways to achieve the same output. And to be fair, no two people are the same. And she is a detailed person, I'm told. I'm told she's a person that you wouldn't meet her. If she met you, she would have done her homework.
Yeah, she'd know about it.
She wouldn't go in and do an ad hoc meeting.
No.
And there's some people that have that skill of doing ad hoc meetings and opening you up very quick and saying, tell me.
Yeah.
And there's other people that like to come in and tell you what you're going to tell them. But,
Yeah.
look, she needs to deliver the goods this weekend.
And it'll happen.
She can't run away. I think it'll happen.
Isn't it interesting? I'm getting whisperings that there is a modicum of, well, there's a substantial agreement on funding from the Treasury thus far. The thing they can't agree on is the past. So here we've been once again held to ransom by the past.
Well, we may have slow learners all around, but I'm still waiting on that example, Rowan. Somebody give me an example of somebody looking back in anger, in politics, in business,
Doesn't work.
or in personal life.
Yeah, you've always said that.
Whether
It
achieved
doesn't
anything.
work. It doesn't
But
work.
it takes a long time to sink in.
Take you away from politics, if I may, for the moment, and take you to the domesticity and the ecclesiasticism of Warren Point. You have your new church open again.
Yes, it was a lovely service on Sunday afternoon, and it's a tremendous achievement for the people of Warren Point. Not only the new church, but the manner in which the project was delivered and funded creates an opportunity for community sense of pride and belonging. There are very few families, practicing or non-practicing, who aren't affected by St. Peter's Church between death and being born.
Yes.
And therefore, whether it be a baptism, whether it be a wedding, whether it be a death, whether it be attending the funeral of a close one, etc. And I think that the great achievement of that project is that it allowed people an opportunity, the silent people, to say, we don't need car sales, car boot sales. We don't need raffles.
No.
Let's just get on and do it.
Do it.
Let's just do it quietly and do it.
And people signed the form.
People signed the form. I think you will remember there was a lot of people said it wouldn't work. There was more people said it wouldn't work than work.
That's
but,
right. That's right. I remember.
I remember the bullets flying, but the shoulders were broad enough to take them.
They were indeed, and I congratulate you on
Kearney,
your part in it, and with John.
Yeah,
the two of you were resolute.
Well, John Kearney is the pastor who's done a phenomenal job, and he does a phenomenal job many times in a quiet way.
Oh, yeah.
And whenever you have somebody delivering and integrating with his flock or with the greater community, then you can come behind that person. But yes, I mean, the model worked. And the most amazing thing is that, I've heard the allegations at the start, and still being said, it was for the wealthy. It couldn't be further from the truth.
No.
It couldn't be further from the truth. I can tell you, as one who has access, probably one of only two people, who has access to, one of four people who has access to all the information.
Yeah.
That couldn't be further from the truth.
It's right across the community.
I tell you, some of the most generous people in that project are unemployed.
Yeah.
People retired 20 years.
Yeah.
People who buried a loved one and said the loved one always wanted to back the church. They didn't have enough money, but they have now in death.
Yeah.
There you go.
There you go. You see, the other thing it's done, as well as bringing the community together in a financial project, and you got generosity there, people waking up and did that. What you've also got is the preservation of a magnificent building not only for the next generation, but for many, many generations to come.
Well, it's a historic building. It's a landmark building. It's a building that has many, many memories.
Yeah.
And more importantly, it has retained its character going forward. And, you know, I honestly think that even the way it was celebrated has been low key. Have you noticed?
Oh, yeah.
There was no such the service was beautiful, but there was no grandeur.
No.
It was just the people afterwards. There was a cup of tea and a biscuit.
Yeah, lovely.
There was normally these things are done with massive
Oh,
meals.
yeah, no.
You know, it was done totally off the people, for the people. And may I say, there's one other phenomenal financial lesson, and I leave this with you, and people may not pick it up. The key to that project was that it was based on commitment.
Yes.
It didn't start. There was a 4-month period, May to September, of which it was going to be decided either we go ahead or we didn't. We give the money back.
Yeah.
There wasn't a brick laid there until we knew we could fund the project in its entirety.
Wow.
Now,
That is commitment.
That is commitment. That's a different project to running around, running cake sales and everything else, taking money in. Because if you do that and you got to raise £1 million, you got to wait till you get the whole million.
You do.
And that's a long way. That's 20. It could be 10 years.
Yeah.
The other way around, you forget about getting. You encourage people into an honourable trust commitment.
Oh, yeah.
But the church is now completed, but the funding isn't. It goes on to September 2016.
Yeah, but you have the commitment.
But the commitment's there.
Yeah.
And believe it or not, the commitments are running at a rate of 98.8% are being implemented.
Implementation of that.
Now,
That's a high level.
if you look at people dying or people's circumstances changing, that's a phenomenal level.
Absolutely. It is a phenomenon.
And I think John Kearney, but I'd also like to express sincere appreciation to the SOS committee.
Yes.
There was 26 volunteers or so. They had to put in a very hard 3 months.
SOS being
Save Our St. Peter's.
St. Peter's, yeah.
They put in a very hard 3 to 4 months, and it wasn't easy because I'll be honest with you, at that moment in time, the allegations were out there. This is for the rich. This is for the poor. They won't take £100 because we had to do that decision.
Yeah.
Now, it's a very hard decision to say to somebody, no, we don't want your £100. Hold on to it. The only way you can be a patron of this project is £1,000.
Yes. Yeah.
But you only have to pay £21 a month.
You see, that's doable for people.
£21 a month for 4 years.
Yeah.
But we can't, because if it had to be black and white, we had to be able to demonstrate to a bank, a financial institution, because this was a standalone project.
Yep.
We had to be able to demonstrate that this project was self-financing.
Yeah.
And therefore, if we diluted it by taking £100 here or £500 there,
or
somebody wanted to run a concert, I said, no concerts.
No.
This project is only one way you can do it. You become a patron.
Yeah.
You can become a patron one of 4 ways.
Yeah.
You can give £1,000 up front.
Yeah.
You can give £250 a year for 4 years.
Yes.
Or you give £21 a month.
Yeah.
For 4 years.
Yeah.
Or fourthly, if you're fortunate enough and you're in a position to give more, you can give more in any one of those 3 models. But you can't say, I'm going to run a cake sale tonight and I'm going to give you all the proceeds.
No, I understand that.
Not all.
It's this finds its success, its genesis
in
commitment
and simplicity.
Yeah.
You're not running whisk drives. We're not running car boot sales.
Has to be said, we're not decrying those things for other purposes.
The opposite, and that's the very important point. They're all being run for very good causes.
Yeah.
And we're not diluting any of those. What we're saying
not at all.
is we're taking responsibility to ensure that a building which has served our community and our predecessors, and I can tell you now that some of the most generous contributors were not active participants in the church.
Oh, yeah.
But what they said was, my parents went there.
Yes.
And more importantly, I believe when I die, I'll go up that aisle.
My goodness.
And it's time I got my hand in my pocket.
Yes. I wish you a happy Christmas.
Thank you very much, Rowan. And may I say the same to you and to all your listeners, and not only listeners, viewers.
Indeed.
In Destination area. And it has been my privilege to be with you the past year, and I must say I've enjoyed the conversations, and hopefully we'll see them again in 2015.
Indeed we shall. And I look forward to talking to you next Tuesday, because I'm here live next Tuesday again.
When we will hopefully get ready for the new year.
We shall. We shall.
Whatever happens, Rowan, it has to be onwards and upwards.
And onwards and upwards, and may your mistletoe hang high.
Well, mine will probably hang low, Rowan, but knowing your reputation, you'll have yours out with you everywhere. Thank you very much. Happy Christmas.
Destination Newry. We're back in moments.
Advertise your business here. Reach a weekly audience of 275,000